Hello YouTube family, this is Barak Swartz. Today we are going to be watching a video of Mosab Hassan Yousef, who is speaking in Europe. Make sure you stick around till the end for the Arabic word of the day. Let's listen to Mosab.
As long as Allah is a legitimate authority, and as long as Allah wants the Jews killed, then there are going to be a bunch of people out there going after the Jewish people. And if we, as Christians, Buddhists, Hindus, atheists, the rest of the world, if we don't get united, realizing that we have a religious majority that has been determined to annihilate a religious minority. If we don't understand...
Real quick, just going to hop in here because what he's literally talking about is what has expanded to what we see today with Jewish people, Jewish institutions, the state of Israel being attacked violently, aggressively, consistently, every single day by any means necessary. What I have with me in my hand here is the Quran. And I hate to pull the whole religious card on everything, but Mosab, who was born in the West Bank, whose father co-founded Hamas, who I actually met personally, randomly, just seeing him sitting here in Israel, which he told me is the only place where he can actually find peace. He's somebody who obviously comes from this background where he's able to talk about why some of this behavior exists. And I want to open this up here to chapter 46, verse 27. This is Al-Aqaf, and excuse my pronunciation. I'm just starting to learn Arabic now, which actually means sand dunes. And we have here 47, we have Muhammad, okay? In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. God will bring to naught all the good God will bring to naught all the good deeds of those who are bent on denying the truth and bar others from the path of God. As for those who believe and do good deeds and believe in what has been revealed to Muhammad and is the truth from their Lord, God will remove their sins from them and set their condition right. That is because the ones who deny the truth follow falsehood, while those who believe follow truth from their Lord. Thus God sets forth comparisons for mankind. If you do not follow what is written, you aren't allowed to live, period, end of story. This goes beyond Jewish people. This goes beyond the state of Israel. If you're not believing in the one book, the one way of living, this religious ideology from a radical perspective, set them right and set their condition right. The condition that needs to be set is that if you are not following and abiding by our rules, you must be gone. Let's listen to Mosab.
Understand that this is the actual situation, then they will take advantage of all of us. If we allow them to kill the Jewish people today, tomorrow they will have another problem. Maybe the next time it's not Palestine. It could be Andalusia. Because also Andalusia is a Muslim land according to Islamic law. And the Muslims are required to fight until they liberate this Islamic territory.
Let's not forget that if we're not talking about the Middle Eastern conflict, or we're not talking about the fighting between Arab nations, and we're only zooming in on what is happening between the Jews and the Arabs, it's completely irrelevant to completely disregard fighting internally within your own religion, within your own people. And I'm going to make the comparison right now because it's so important to say this. Inside of the state of Israel, we have an incredible amount of divide. It is true. It's not the elephant in the room. Ultra-Orthodox people on one side, moderates and seculars on the other. It exists. People for the coalition and people against the coalition. People who support Bibi Netanyahu, people who are against Bibi Netanyahu, people far right, people far left, you name it, everything in between. You have people who stand for Israel, who live in Israel. You have people who are against Israel, who live in Israel. You have self-hating Jews. You have pro-Zionists, you have anti-Zionists. The list goes on. What you don't see is our book, the Torah. And it doesn't matter what faith you have. It doesn't matter where you lay on the religious spectrum. We're not out here trying to kill one another. Ultra-Orthodox people aren't coming for my neck because I'm not ultra-Orthodox. I have faith, But just because I don't practice the religion the same way that they practice the religion doesn't mean I have to be annihilated off the face of earth. The same way seculars, who, even if they disagree with how the far right, or you could say the ultra-Orthodox, practice their religion, how they practice their sense of Judaism, how they dedicate themselves in another way and fashion to the state of Israel, which might create actually some dissonance between those two. Those people, and I live in Tel Aviv, so there's a lot of seculars and moderates here. They're not trying to come for their necks. They're not coming to their families. They're not knocking on their doors. They're not threatening them. In fact, I go to Jerusalem and I'm around these people all of the time. I sit with them at the cafe. I sit next to them at lunch. I say hello to them. I pray with them at the Western Wall. We put these to the side. I don't try and represent a group of people who now come for them because they don't see the world the same way that I do. Do we have different perspectives and opinions on, sexual orientation, politics? Absolutely. But the beauty of Am Yisrael is that we're allowed to have these disagreements. We're allowed to have this tough love. We're supposed to have several narratives about how we think about the world, how we see the world. But at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, when things happen to us, to Am Yisrael, we come together. I say this story all the time. I'm going to say it again. I saw it firsthand on October 8th in the morning. I was in Israel on October 7th. October 8th, I woke up. I went down the street and I saw hundreds, thousands of people, all the way from ultra-Orthodox to seculars and moderates, coming together, putting together shipments, packages of food and supplies, kitchenware, clothing, anything for anybody who had been affected the morning before on October 7th, including soldiers, including citizens, anybody. I wasn't asking who they voted for. I wasn't asking if they're religious. I wasn't asking if they're for the coalition or against the coalition. None of that. If you don't fall in line with the Prophet of Muhammad and the Quran, you might as well be put into a ditch just like the Jews were during the Holocaust. And the idea is for them to rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And it doesn't matter if you're Jewish, you can be Christian. This is the difference between right and wrong. Just because you have words, text on a piece of paper that has been interpreted in so many different capacities over the years, so many different variations, those words literally turn into action. And those actions should be able to tell you right from wrong when it comes to this conflict. And now we are going to get to our Arabic word of the day, Ajalid.
Ajalid.
Nice and slow, which means ice. That is your Arabic word of the day. I'll see you guys next video. If you believe in me and you want to support, you can donate through PayPal or buy me a coffee. Every little bit helps. But honestly, the best way to support is by joining the Inner Circle on Patreon, where you get exclusive perks, bonus content, and allow me to continue to make impactful videos and grow this platform. Do not forget to check out our Discord community with people from all over the world. We're having debates, meaningful dialogue every single day. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's next. I'll see you next time.